Disconnect that from the ECU, so on and so forth. Follow the cable, start one, and lo and behold, there is no ECU. It's already missing. Hello and welcome back to the channel. So, as you saw in the intro, yeah, that was an interesting find, wasn't it? No ECU, but it's a bit of a catch-22 because I could have tried the ECU out the donor car knowing there was no ECU, but I wouldn't have had the donor car because I wouldn't have had the ECU to get it. I did actually ask at the time to try and find an ECU for sale, but most people sell the ECU with the engine. As to where the ECU has actually gone for this car, nobody knows. But anyway, so we're nearly there with getting the engine out. So obviously I got a little bit excited when I recorded that last section you've just seen. So I need to get the drive shaft disconnected on the driver's and passenger side, and I also need to get the propeller shaft disconnected as well. So let's get this wheel off and then we'll get access to the drive shaft. So these are a good tool, especially if you've got spacers on. Cool. Pop you in there. So that'll help me line the wheel back up later on. Another area to get treated, but yes, that's not the task at hand though. And the other thing to get undone as well is the dog bowl mount. So 2 drive shafts and a dog bowl mount, and then that should be good for lifting. And that is the back of the passenger side disc and caliper. And that is one bolt loosened. Got a nice long extension, it's very good. Need another 5 to go after this one. So we'll get them undone. So I've managed to unplug most of the loom that's connected to the body of the car. It was off the starting motor, some other bits and pieces here, so these are loose, and then that leaves just one big chunky one which I've disconnected from that one. So it's all but ready. So anyway, so as you saw in a previous video, I had actually paid for somebody to come and do an immobilizer delete, and he just couldn't get into the car, right? So we thought it might be because the CCM was missing or whatever it may be. So anyway, so I've taken the scroll panel off because I now need to get the engine loom cable out, so I need to disconnect that from the ECU, so on and so forth. Follow the cable, start one, and lo and behold, there is no ECU. It's already missing. It's already disconnected. Now, there's obviously a couple of takeaways from this. I sort of say, yeah, well, if I'd have put the ECU in, but then I'd have to buy an ECU, so I didn't know the ECU was missing anyway. So I don't know where that's gone. I'll try and find out for you, and then I'll let you know when I get some information on it. But obviously, I've changed the dash pod from the donor car into the Imola. I swapped the key over, so that'll recognize the ECU from the donor car as well. I don't know whether or not it would have made the difference. I mean, I suppose the one thing I could have done if I'd have known that the ECU was missing, because I've swapped the dash pod and the key for the donor car, is just plugged in the donor ECU and see what that did. But then again, I wouldn't have had it to plug in. So we are where we are. So anyway, let's carry on. Let's get this engine loom wire out. So that is every single electrical connector that was connected to the engine, all gone. I'm not sure what that is there, but that might need disconnecting because that's going into the body of the car as well. Maybe that's clutch fluid line, maybe. But when you look there, steering rack needs swapping. Fortunately, obviously we've got the donuts, we can do that. And yeah, it's just a lot of things. Brake servo, again, we've got a spare one of those, so yeah. So this project is brought to you by sponsored and supported by the TT shop in Blackburn. They supply all second-hand parts for Mark 1 and also now Mark 2 vehicles as well. So if you're looking for wings, they've got plenty of those in stock in all a variety of colours, all very varying conditions, so ones that you can prepare yourself, some that are ready for paint. If you're looking for engines, gearboxes, new glass, broken doors, right the way through to door cars, rad packs, an abundance of transfer boxes, more gearboxes, a blowing exhaust or a downpipe, or if simply you just want to buy a car that runs, that you want to do as a project, they also have vehicles available to do that as well. So get in touch with them. I'll put a link in the description for the TT shop in Blackburn, and also you will receive a 10% discount if you use the code alot10, which is here somewhere. So get in touch. That discount only applies to actual parts, not postage and packaging. So obviously if you're going to take an engine, then that'll be a separate charge. But get in touch with the guys down at the TT shop Blackburn, and they will be more than happy to assist you with your requirements, whether that be used parts or just a car to work with. Thank you very much to the TT shop Blackburn for supporting and sponsoring this project. Now back to the car. So because the weather seems to be changing and there's quite a lot in this donor that I need, so this trim here, which is for the roof, because again it's in much cleaner condition than the one that's on the Angry Canary. The carpet needs to come out, so I need to remove this center console, and I also then need to get those bars off, and then yeah, just get this carpet ripped out because I don't want to get it rain soaked, because then I'll have to find another one. So get that plastic trim off, get that trim off on the carpet there, and then yeah, start pulling it apart. Oh, and I'll be taking the vents as well because they're in really good condition too. So as far as I can tell, I think that's everything. So stereo's out, glove box is out, the vents are out. I've taken all the sensors off for the roof because obviously this shell's done 105,000 miles and the Angry Canary did 127. It's been off the road for 10 years. So again, switches, sensors, that sort of thing are always good to have. Even if the ones you have work, if you've got spares, keep them. So we're going to try and get this carpet pulled up. So I also took out, well, where that bottle of water is, there's a CD changer, and you can see the cable there, but look, it was soaked. So there's a little bit of damp moisture there, a bit of water you can see, but it just lifts up, as you can see. That's it. See what's around here. In the front. Yeah, that's all loose there too. Loose around there. Right, we'll give the driver's side a pull. So in terms of getting one of the engines out, I'm going to be going for the Imola engine out first, because that was the scrap one. So the driver's side drive shaft is disconnected from the gearbox. That's the more difficult one because it's the bigger drive shaft, so you need that longer extension, which you saw in the video. That I got, I think it was 3 different size length ones for about £17, but they'll come in handy for future use because again I'll have to use it on the donor car as well. All the looms are disconnected, so all the electrical connectors are off the engine, which is good. Some of them was really hard to sort of navigate through, with just a bit of patience. And a couple of cut fingers, but that was fine. There's the engine mounts left, the dog bone
is disconnected. That was a 16mm nut. I only have to take one of them off, I think, because obviously the other one I think is for the car, but we'll find out as we go along. And then the only other thing really then is looking at dropping the subframe, but because that's not connected to the engine, I've learned, thanks Don Parrott. So yeah, so my focus is to get the engine and gearbox out and get those set up and remarried up with the new to the Imola engine with the Imola gearbox, because it's a 6-speed. And then yeah, so all being well, the next video will be using my new toy, which is a hoist. Of course, I'm no expert. I'm learning as I go along, and I appreciate all the support that you're all giving me, and also the kind words and also the criticisms. I actually quite enjoy the criticisms, to be honest with you. I'm more than sure that the gentleman who commented on the first video saying I was changing things for no reason might have cause to have a little thing to say or two about what's happened. But again, it is what it is, and again, it's a project, so it's content, and it's just sort of seeing how it goes. So I will leave it there, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.